All right, let's talk about live chat. On the surface, it seems so simple, right? But it's actually a pretty complex art form. So, whether you're brand new to this or you're just looking to sharpen your skills, we're going to break down exactly what it takes to master these professional conversations.
So I've got a question for you. Do you think live chat is just about being a fast typer? I mean, don't get me wrong, speed helps for sure, but the real skill? Oh, it goes so much deeper than that.
Just look at this. It really shows you the two completely different worlds of a live chat. You've got the customer, and for them, it's easy. It's one chat box, one conversation. But then you flip over to the agent side, and whoa, it's this high-wire balancing act. You're juggling multiple chats at once, you've got timers ticking down, you're digging through knowledge bases, all at the same time.
Okay, so why is this so important right now? Well, think about it. Live chat is basically the new front line of customer service, and with that territory comes a whole new set of rules and demands. When a customer opens up that chat window, they've got some very specific things in mind. They expect answers, and they expect them fast. But it's not just about speed. They also want you to be polite, and they want your sentences to be short, sweet, and to the point. It's a real balancing act.
And this is where chat gets tricky, in a way that a phone call just isn't. Everything you type is right there, in black and white. So spelling mistakes, bad grammar, they're super visible. Plus, every single chat creates a permanent written record, a transcript. That means keeping a professional tone isn't just a good idea, it is absolutely essential.
All right, let's move on to starting the conversation. That first impression, it's everything, and it happens in just a few seconds. So how do you do it? How do you make a great first impression when you're literally just words on a screen?
Well, your journey as an agent starts right here, with what's called the queue. It's pretty simple, really. It's just the line of customers waiting to chat. Think of it like a digital version of waiting in line at the grocery store. Getting through that line efficiently is step one.
So, as an agent, you might see something like this pop up on your screen. And let me tell you, that number, it's more than just a number. It's a direct signal of your immediate workload. You feel that pressure to be fast, to be helpful, and to get that number down.
So, with that pressure mounting, how do you handle it? Well, one of your best friends is going to be the template. What's a template? It's just a pre-written message. It's a lifesaver for making sure every single customer gets a quick, consistent, and professional greeting right off the bat.
And yeah, using it for a greeting is probably its most common use. Think about it. By using a template for that hello, you free up your brain space to immediately dive into what the customer actually needs. It's all about being smart and efficient.
Okay, so the chat has started. Now we get to the good part, the actual conversation. This is the heart of it all. This is where the magic, the real art of communication truly happens.
And the foundation for that whole conversation? It's all about maintaining a professional tone. And I don't just mean saying please and thank you. It's a whole writing style that's about showing respect and, most importantly, building the trust you need to actually solve their problem.
A good way to remember this is what I call the 3 C's of chat. First, keep your sentences clear. Second, be constantly polite, even if the person on the other end is having a bad day. And third, always clarify to make sure you understand. Seriously, that one step alone can save you from a world of headaches and confusion.
Now, as you get more experienced, you'll start doing something called simultaneous chats. This is basically the big leagues. It's handling more than one conversation at the same time, and believe me, it takes some serious focus. You have to be able to switch gears in a split second. It's what really separates the pros.
And while you're doing all that juggling, this is the number you're aiming for. Under 1 minute. That's your ideal response time. Because every second you go over that, customer satisfaction starts to dip. Speed is absolutely critical here.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about what you should do, but that's only half the battle, right? Knowing what not to do is just as crucial. So let's dive into some of the common traps you'll want to avoid.
I mean, just look at the difference here. Can you give me your account, Ash? Versus please provide your account number. It's night and day. It might feel a tiny bit faster to use slang or abbreviations, but it can come across as super unprofessional. The rule of thumb is simple. Just use full words and proper sentences, always. And speaking of simple rules, let's talk about emojis. The rule is just avoid them. Look, they're great for texting your friends, but in a professional setting, they can be misinterpreted so easily, and they can totally undermine that helpful, professional vibe you're working so hard to create.
All right, we've talked about starting strong, so now let's talk about finishing strong.
How you end a chat is every bit as important as how you begin it. This is your final chance to really solidify that positive impression.
Now, sometimes the best way to wrap up your part of the chat is with something called an escalation. And I want to be clear, this is not a sign of failure. It's the exact opposite. It's about being professional enough to know when a problem needs an expert and then making sure the customer gets to that right person. But for the chats that you do solve yourself, here's a little checklist for the perfect closing. 1. A polite closing message. 2. Confirm that their issue is actually resolved. 3. Let them know the chat transcript is saved. And 4. Offer to help again if they need anything else. It's thorough, it's professional, and it makes the customer feel like you really took care of them.
And remember that transcript we mentioned? Yeah, that's the official word-for-word record of your entire chat. It gets saved in the system, usually for things like quality checks or if the customer contacts them again, which, again, is just one more reason why every single word you type matters so much.
So, when you boil it all down, becoming a master at live chat is really about having the right tools in your toolkit. And what's in that kit? You've got clarity, politeness, professionalism, speed, and efficiency. You keep those 5 tools sharp, and you're going to be set up for success.
And that's a wrap for today. So as you head out, I want to leave you with a little challenge, a question to think about. After everything we've gone over, what is the one skill you're going to really focus on in your very next chat? Think about it.